And if you keep following those processes, eventually, a year later, you're going to look back and you're already going to be at that goal, and you might even exceed it. So I think that is the type of responsibility that's needed in running any business.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first millions? And today we have Anmol joining us from New York, and he is a trader. So Anmol, tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
I think the first step is you got to find, okay, what is my vehicle, right? Like, what am I choosing to make the million on? Whether for me, in my business, it's from trades and investments that we make in the stock market. For you, if you have your own business, you got to figure out, okay, what's the exact offering that I have, right? So step one, find the vehicle that you're going to use to make your money. Step number two, you need to do, obviously, okay, how many customers am I going to need to serve? Right? Like, how many customers do I need to serve to hit that million? So that'll take a look at, okay, what am I offering? What is my packages? What am I pricing? And then you take that pricing and you say, okay, how many customers do I need to purchase that pricing to be able to hit that million? And then I think the third step is to break it down into smaller goals. I think a lot of people look at this big goal, how am I going to get to a million? And they get overwhelmed. But first, we got to break it down. Okay, if I want to hit $1 million in a year, okay, I need roughly, $90,000 in a month. So if I need that, what do I need per week? What do I need per day? Because once you can break that down, then you're able to say, okay, how many people do I need to contact today? How many people do I need to speak to today? So if you're hitting your daily goals, that'll keep you track on hitting your weekly goals and your monthly goals and the yearly goals. The biggest mistake people make is they have this yearly goal, but they never monitor it. So at the end of the year, they get there and they're like, oh, I didn't hit 1 million. Well, if you were monitoring it every day, then the worst thing that you could have is a bad day, and you can make up for it the next day, right? Or if you have a bad week, that's the worst thing you can have is a bad week, right? But you can correct it and fix it next week. Or even if you do it monthly, that's fine too, right? Or like big public companies, they do it quarterly. Every 3 months, they have the quarterly earnings reports. So you need to track yourself accordingly. So if one quarter doesn't go well, you can pivot, you can change a few things to be able to get there. But without the proper tracking and accountability, most people are, end up falling short. So I think those are some of the pieces that you need to have in place.
Yeah. So then what would be the next step, Anmol?
So once we figure out, okay, this is what we're offering, this is our vehicle, right? Whether it's a product or a service that you're offering in your business. Now, the step number two is, okay, what's the pricing of this, right? So now you divide that. Okay, if it's $1 million that I want to hit, and if my service costs $10,000, okay, then I need 100 customers, right? If I get 100 customers, I'm going to get there. So what I do in my business is we look at it every week in our team meeting. We take a look, all right, how many new people did we have, right? So that way, if one week was low, or we noticed that, this week we didn't get enough phone calls, we didn't get enough bookings, then we know, okay, we need to fix that so that the next week we can make up for the difference. So if let's say our goal is, okay, 5, new people in a month. Now, if we're looking at 5 clients in a month, and now let's say this month we got 5, then the next month we got only 3 clients, then the next month's goal we put it as 7 clients. So we're trying to make up for that. So then that way, if we keep hitting our targets every week, every month, then eventually the $1 million goal is going to come. Because a lot of people look at the big end result, like the outcome, right? That's not what you should look at. You should look at the process, because the results and the outcome is a direct proportion relation to your process. So if you do the right things and the right actions, you're going to get the right results. So that will be the step number 2, is to break it down into what do I need to hit every single week. Now, step number 3 is whether you have a team, is to set accountability. Who's responsible for those numbers? Because one of the things in businesses that happens is, you get to a team meeting and team's like, oh, we didn't hit the target. And now you're like, oh, okay, we'll do it next time. No, you're going to repeat the same mistake next time. Who's responsible for that? Where was the call, where was the ball dropped? Was it that we didn't get enough call bookings? Or was it that we got the call bookings, but the team did not convert them? Right? That's the figuring out the solution to the problem. Or step number 3, maybe it's like, hey, we didn't have enough social media, enough marketing, so not many leads came in. So you got to pinpoint what is the problem. That's step number 3. Pinpoint the problem, right? Where's the problem coming from? Is it less call booking? Is it less leads? Is it less content? Is it less traffic to the website? Is it less conversion from the sales team's point of view? So that is, you diagnose that and you put accountability. So in our company, we use monday.com, just to track our progress. And in that, every person is responsible for their own tasks. So the person who handles email marketing, his job is to get more people in the email list. So I know if we don't get enough people in the email list, he's responsible for that, right? Same thing with my sales team. If I know that, okay, we didn't get enough call bookings, then somebody to do with the funnel is responsible for that because, they didn't convert. They didn't result in a call booking. Or if they got on the call, but they didn't convert, then I know, okay, it's the phone salesperson. We got to have a chat with him. So you got to have accountability divided so that we're not just looking at abstract numbers and it's very pinpointed and detail specific.
Yeah. And what would be the final step?
So final step, obviously, is as you keep track of all these things, celebrate the wins too, right? So for me, when people come into our company or clients come into the company, what's the end result that we're giving them? We're giving them financial security, right? We're giving them financial freedom so that they can trade from anywhere in the world, invest from anywhere in the world, and make that living. So now when we have a conversation with my team, it's not about how many sales did we make or how much money did we make. It's all about, okay, how many lives did we change, right? So giving that purpose to your team. You know what? Because we got this testimonial. And this person said, he's been with us for about a year and X, amount of money he's made, how much change he's made is in his life. So we talk about that because then the team feels good about, okay, hey, we need to help more people. We need to help change more lives. So it's not about making a sale. It's about how many lives we're going to change. And if you keep following those processes, eventually, a year later, you're going to look back and you're already going to be at that goal. And you might even exceed it. So I think that is the type of, responsibility that's needed in running any business.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.